The right-wing government in Israel today mounting effectively a takeover of the judiciary in that country, which will not only be very convenient for their prime minister who's under criminal indictment, it will also broadly remove the ability of the courts to constrain the government in lots of important ways. Without a written constitution, Israel has no written constitution, the court's ability to constrain the government is effectively the only constraint on the government. And if they're going to get rid of that, well, the government will be unconstrained, starting presumably with the prime minister's ability to dismantle the corruption charges that penned against him while he serves as prime minister. Tens of thousands of Israelis have been protesting for 6 months now against these proposals. The government finally pushed through the first of them today. Knowing that was likely, Tuesday last week, a few hundred protesters set out from the city of Tel Aviv for a march to the capital of Jerusalem. That's about a 40-mile march. They left Tel Aviv on Tuesday, again, several hundred people. By the time they got to the outskirts of Jerusalem on Saturday night, their numbers had swelled from a few hundred people to 20,000 people. Took them 4 nights camping out along the way to get there, but during that time, their numbers grew from several hundred to 20,000. And the protests and demonstrations and roadblocks continue there tonight in Jerusalem and in Tel Aviv and all over that country as demonstrators try to stop their government from taking this huge step away from democratic rule and from limited authority of the country's leader. We are in a moment at home and abroad, where the hard right, the authoritarian nationalist right, is aggressively ascendant. I think it's fair to say as aggressively ascendant as they have been since the 1930s. A descendant of Mussolini's fascist party is now in power again in Italy. The very far right, the racist far right, made a hard run at the French presidency just a couple of years ago. The hard right is in place, in power in Poland, as I mentioned, where they just banned abortion, in Hungary, of course, in Russia. We all thought they might be in power by today in Spain, but voters there actually surprised everyone this weekend by turning back their far-right nationalist party and sending them packing. They really thought they'd be in power in Spain by today, but instead, in this weekend's elections, they got shellacked. Hello, Spain. But thinking about our own domestic challenges along these lines, running as we are, hard up against these basic questions of whether we're sticking with the rule of law or moving instead toward authoritarian rule, knowing that our likely nominees for the presidency next year are effectively going to be setting up the presidency as a referendum on that guy or the law. Knowing that that's what we are hard up against here in this country, looking at our domestic challenges right now, looking at images from our own history and from Israel this weekend. It's days like this when it's good to remember that it's not just the authoritarian right that is ascendant as a global trend. It is also resistance to authoritarianism that can be a global trend. That is a global trend. The fight back is ascendant too. Resilience matters. The first sign came down. Second one came down too, full of bullet holes. Just like the third one after that. But the fourth one is built stronger, and it still stands. And as of tomorrow, it's a national monument of the United States of America. Resistance to this stuff trends too. It is also contagious and emboldening. Thank God. More to come tomorrow.